What's wrong? Don't scare me, please. What's going on?
Kim Kardashian just dropped one of the wildest confessions of her life. She says her relationship with Kanye West almost killed her.
People think that I have the luxury of walking away.
You okay?
Not okay.
It's so different than the person that I married.
Kim Kardashian didn't claw her way up from nothing. She started with a silver spoon, born into wealth as the daughter of prominent lawyer Robert Kardashian, famous for defending O.J. Simpson, and Kris Jenner, who later became her shrewd manager and mastermind behind the family's fame machine. With family connections opening doors, she turned her stunning looks, relentless hustle, and a camera capturing every calculated moment into a jaw-dropping empire valued at billions. Her net worth hitting a staggering $1.7 billion in 2025, fueled by hits like Skims, which skyrocketed to a $4 billion valuation. The world devoured it all. Her posts exploded with millions of likes, products vanished from shelves in seconds, and her red carpet struts dictated what's hot. Fame felt eternal, unbreakable for her. But what if those very privileges that propelled her started fueling the backlash, exposing cracks that no amount of spin could hide? Whispers of doubt crept in, swelling into a chorus of savage takedowns. Her likes plummeted, some posts now scrape by with half the fire they once had. Comments twisted from adoration to biting sarcasm. Suddenly, she's no longer the invincible goddess. She's the punchline. The poster child for tone-deaf privilege in a world fed up with the elite's games. This is Kim Kardashian's brutal reality, an agonizing, drawn-out tumble from cultural throne to the target of endless mockery for her hypocrisy and over-the-top excess. And if you're like so many of us, grinding through rising costs and real-world struggles while she jets around like rules don't apply, hang on tight. The evidence piling up? It's explosive, like courtroom bombshells in a case rigged against her. But here's the burning question that keeps everyone guessing. In this ruthless, digital arena where one wrong move can erase you, is this the final curtain? Or just the setup for an even bigger fall? Let's tear into the raw facts, unraveling her empire's collapse, one glaring contradiction at a time. Have you ever witnessed a titan of fame, perched at the pinnacle of power, begin to fracture and fall apart under the relentless gaze of millions? It's like watching a high-stakes trial unfold in real time, where the defendant, Kim Kardashian, stands accused not of outright crimes, but of the ultimate betrayal, peddling a facade of perfection while the evidence of hypocrisy piles up, undeniable and damning. She didn't just craft a brand, she orchestrated a cultural takeover, bursting onto the scene with Keeping Up with the Kardashians in 2007. She parlayed reality TV stardom into a sprawling empire of beauty and fashion. Lines like KKW Beauty, relaunched as SKKN by Kim in 2022, and her shapewear juggernaut Skims, launched in 2019, propelled her to billionaire status. By 2023, Skims alone boasted a staggering $4 billion valuation, raking in $750 million in revenue that year. Her personal net worth, a jaw-dropping $1.7 billion as of 2025, built on everything from fragrance deals to her foray into law studies, where she passed California's baby bar exam in 2021 after multiple attempts. She seemed invincible, a master manipulator of the spotlight, turning every personal drama into profit and every product launch into a frenzy. But by 2023 through 2025, the facade began to crack like a poorly constructed alibi under cross-examination. Whispers of her waning influence turned into courtroom shouts, with articles and online forums dissecting her decline. The evidence? Irrefutable. Her Hulu series, The Kardashians, which premiered in 2022 as a successor to the E! Original, watched its ratings plummet season by season. Early episodes drew in tens of millions, but by 2025, viewership had dwindled to mere millions, with insiders reporting a steady erosion. Season 6, airing in 2025, was already labeled a bore, with critics noting the sisters were scraping the bottom for storylines, lacking the raw drama that once hooked audiences. One report called it a big flop, symptomatic of the family's fading grip on pop culture. Even her business ventures couldn't escape the verdict. SKKN by Kim, her skincare and makeup line hyped as a premium powerhouse, shuttered operations entirely in June 2025, just 3 years after launch. Reports confirmed the closure, with the brand's website announcing it would wind down on June 29th, citing a commitment to innovation elsewhere but failing to mask the reality. It couldn't sustain the hype or compete in a saturated market. This wasn't a graceful exit. It was exhibit after exhibit in the case of overpromise and underdelivery. What sealed the indictment? Not a single explosive scandal. No leaked tapes or tabloid brawls this time. Instead, it was a meticulous accumulation of verifiable facts that exposed the chasm between her polished proclamations and her actual conduct. In an era gripped by climate anxiety, soaring living costs, and demands for genuine societal shifts, these inconsistencies acted like forensic evidence, turning public sentiment from adoration to accusation. Fans morphed into skeptics, skeptics into vocal prosecutors, all pointing to the same charge: inauthenticity. Anger might keep a name trending, fueling temporary spikes in visibility, but boredom laced with doubt? That's the silent killer, prompting scrolls past her content and starving her empire of the oxygen: attention. It craves to thrive. Picture the scene. You're thumbing through your feed, bombarded by her slick skims ads, touting empowerment for all body types and eco-friendly fabrics like recycled nylon. Heartwarming family snapshots beam unity and love. Captions preach environmental stewardship, criminal justice reform, echoing her law pursuits, and charitable giving. But scratch the surface, and the truth strikes like a gavel. By 2024, her Instagram likes had softened dramatically, with posts garnering half the engagement of prior years. Comment sections, once a sea of hearts and praise, filled with eye-roll emojis and snide remarks, signaling a mass exodus of interest. Shares ground to a halt. In January 2025, she lost nearly 150,000 followers overnight after a controversial Instagram Stories post, part of a broader downward trend in her follower count since March 2024. Speculations swirled about bot-inflated numbers, with critics claiming her metrics were artificially propped up, only to collapse under scrutiny. This wasn't the work of mere trolls hatching plots in the shadows. It was everyday women, just like us, assembling the puzzle of discrepancies, piece by incriminating piece. Articles in 2024 dubbed it brand fatigue, painting the Kardashians as overexposed relics, their scripted lives feeling distant and unrelatable in a world craving raw truth. By 2025, even as SKKN folded amid reports of financial woes and lackluster sales, the narrative solidified. The family's influence was waning, overshadowed by newer voices and consumer exhaustion from celebrity oversaturation. This backlash wasn't baseless venom. It stemmed from cold, hard facts that branded her as phony in the court of public opinion. In our hyper-connected digital realm, where genuineness reigns supreme, such duplicity is the gravest offense. It doesn't just tarnish, it terminates relevance. Outrage can ignite viral moments, boosting fleeting views. But that insidious, quiet doubt, it delivers the death sentence, one indifferent swipe at a time, leaving empires in ruins. So, where did the downfall begin? It was a series of blows, each one exposing more hypocrisy. Psychology experts say that's why we get hooked on stories like this. It's that rush of seeing the mighty fall. Kim's tale has it all. Luxury clashing with lectures, promises without proof. Let's break it down, starting with the hits that stung the most. First, the private jet saga, a thunderclap that echoed for years. Kim owns a lavish Gulfstream G650, dubbed Kim Air, decked out with cashmere seats and every luxury you can imagine. It was her ultimate status symbol until trackers exposed the truth. In the first half of 2022 alone, her jet took nearly 170 flights, spewing over 8,193 metric tons of CO2, enough to match the emissions of hundreds of average households. Many were absurdly short. 10-minute hops, 17-minute flights from Los Angeles to nearby spots that could have been drives. One report detailed a 23-minute flight from San Diego to Camarillo, producing 3 tons of emissions. Fast forward to 2024, and it got worse. Over 30 flights since January, including 5 in a single day. Critics blasted her as an eco-terrorist, with memes flooding social media. Flight logs went viral, shared by millions. You'd see her Instagram post about saving the planet, and the comments erupted. What about your jet? It wasn't fading. Stack on the next blow. The drought disaster in California. By 2022, the state was in a severe dry spell, with strict water rules hitting everyone. Residents faced fines for overusing, tracking every drop like a budget. But notices leaked, showing Kim's properties guzzling water way over limits. One Hidden Hills home and lot exceeded by 232,000 gallons in June 2022 alone. That's like 9 years' worth for an average person. She, along with sister Courtney, Kevin Hart, and others, got exceedance notices from the Las Virgenes Municipal Water District. They blew past 150% of their allotments for months. Photos spread. Her lush green lawns next to parched public parks. Rules for us? Loopholes for them? Even in 2025, when wildfires raged and water restrictions tightened, old stories resurfaced. Chloe complained publicly about the mayor, but critics pointed out the family's history of waste. Legislation from 2022 limited garden watering to twice a week, max 8 minutes. Yet her estate stayed green. This one's a gut punch because it's so relatable. We compare ourselves to the elite all the time. It's human nature, per social comparison theory. Cutting back on showers during heat waves, watching bills rise, while celebs flaunt pools and perfect yards. It breeds deep resentment, not just envy. Why them and not us? Echoes and comments. Her posts about conservation felt like mockery after that. In tough economic times, with costs soaring, this gap widened the hate. Every "we care" caption poured salt in the wound, turning supporters into detractors. Now, the brand clashes that knotted it all together. Skims exploded, hitting $500 million in sales by 2023, preaching sustainability and empowerment. But those claims crumbled under scrutiny. In 2023, more greenwashing accusations hit. No transparency on factories, labor, or real eco-impact. Remake's 2024 fashion report gave Skims a 0 for accountability. Packaging scandals lingered, with compostable bags that weren't. All this next to jet memes and water fines. Viewers don't isolate facts. They connect dots. If a brand yells, "we care," prove it with actions, not words. Timing amplified it. Post-2021 divorce. Her spotlight grew, inviting sharper eyes. Every launch got judged. Consistent. In touch? Too often? No. Let's map the timeline to feel the drama build. February 19th, 2021. Kim files for divorce from Kanye West after 7 years. Headlines buzzed, but it started respectful. 2 powerhouses parting. They share 4 kids: North, Saint, Chicago, Psalm. November 2022. Divorce finalizes with joint custody. But in between, chaos. October 2021. Kim hosts SNL, kissing Pete Davidson in an Aladdin sketch. Rumors ignite overnight. Late 2021. Paparazzi shots stack up. Dates at spots like John and Vinny's, with a Ham and Yeezy pizza nod that felt shady. February 14th, 2022. Valentine's official. Cheers from some, eye rolls from others. Spring 2022. Kanye rants online, deletes posts. Pete's texts leak. He tattoos kids' initials. Kanye's Easy video shows Clay Pete buried, art or threat. Debates rage. It trends huge, but turns personal life into spectacle. August 5th, 2022. After 9 months, they split amicably, citing distance and schedules. Why fuel the hate? It reframed her whole image. Family posts, launches, all filtered as performance. In a fatigue era, it added distance. Trust eroded. Viewers craved vulnerability, got theater. By 2024, articles said the family arc felt overplayed, contributing to show flops. Here's the pivot that promised redemption but flopped hard. Kim's law journey, California's apprenticeship path. No traditional school, just studying under mentors, passing exams. Tied to Dad Robert's legacy, after 3 fails, she passed the baby bar in December 2021. Cheers for persistence. May 2025, complete studies, graduates privately. October 2025, awaits full bar results, saying she'll qualify soon. But she admitted AI like ChatGPT hurt her prep, begging for improvements. Oh, the irony? It was supposed to be her big redemption arc. The moment Kim Kardashian swapped the glamour for gravitas, stepping into the world of law and justice like some kind of celebrity savior. But for those of us who've grown tired of her endless contradictions, this chapter reads like a scripted flop, exposing just how shallow her serious side really is. Picture it. Back in 2022, she launches her podcast, The System, The Case of Kevin Keith, an 8-episode deep dive into a man's 1994 triple murder conviction that landed him on death row before a life sentence. Narrated alongside producer Laurie Rothschild Ansaldi, it climbs Spotify charts for a hot minute, shining a light on wrongful convictions and tying neatly into her criminal justice reform talk. Some fans ate it up, praising her for using her platform to highlight real issues. But skeptics, and let's be real, the growing army of critics who see through the gloss, called it out for what it was. Oversimplified storytelling geared more for clicks and headlines than genuine hard-hitting advocacy. It felt like another product rollout, not a passion project. And here's where the drama thickens, fueling that delicious schadenfreude for anyone fed up with her hypocrisy. While she's preaching justice on the pod, her social feed is a mess of mixed messages. Jet emissions rants exploding in the comments. Water waste backlash flooding in from the drought scandals. People demanded consistency but got none. Without it, the whole thing blurred into just more marketing. Another layer of her brand empire. Psychology backs this up. Once doubt creeps in, confirmation bias takes over, making every win look suspicious. Her efforts? Purely performative, a show for the cameras. Fast forward to 2025, and there's zero major movement. She's still not a practicing lawyer, despite passing the baby bar back in 2021 after fails. She's awaiting full bar results as of now, saying she'll qualify soon, but might not practice for years, maybe even ditching Kim K in a decade for trial work. Critics jab it's all a hobby, a side gig for the bored billionaire. And honestly, who can blame them? It stings like a plot twist in a bad reality show, where the hero turns out to be all talk. But the story doesn't stop there. It spirals into a clash of words versus cold, hard screenshots that haters love to screenshot and share. Her posts flaunt eco-care, like those reusable wraps and sustainability shouts. But her actions scream louder. Private jets zipping on pointless short flights. Droughts raging while her lawns stay lush and ignored. Even her aesthetics backfire in spectacular fashion. Those ultra-minimalist offices and neutral-toned homes, once envy-worthy, now come off as sterile fortresses, totally untouchable amid everyone's cost of living nightmares. In a world where we're pinching pennies and stressing over bills, her polished perfection feels like a slap. The style evolution? That's the knife twist. What used to inspire now reeks of excess in these economic squeezes. Her jets aren't just rides, they're bold announcements of a life divorced from our reality, where rules and sacrifices don't apply. Holidays turn into flawless, clutter-free spectacles, picture-perfect sets that scream artificial, the exact opposite of the warm, cozy vibes we all crave in tough times. It's like watching a villain in her own tale, alienating the very audience she once captivated. Then comes the climax. the furniture fiasco that handed haters their sharpest weapon yet. In a 2022 office tour video, Kim proudly points out tables and chairs, calling them Donald Judd designs, the late artist's minimalist masterpieces. But boom, the Judd Foundation sues in 2024, claiming they're knockoffs from Clement's design, falsely promoted as authentic. The court drama drags on. In March 2025, a dismissal gets denied, ramping up the tension. By June 2025, it settles. She coughs up for the real deals, snagging an authentic $90,000 table and $9,000 chairs. Online, it explodes, pinning out of touch on her like a badge of shame. One lawsuit might not topple an empire, but oh, it sharpened the knives for critics, turning her taste into a trending joke about fakes in a world of phonies. Reputations don't crumble overnight. They erode fact by brutal fact, and Kim's is no exception. Those flight memes, they linger like ghosts, resurfacing every time she posts. Water scandals bubble up again with each eco-claim. New launches, plastered with old doubts, they flop harder. From 2023 to 2025, headlines howl her decline. Overexposure drowning the family brand, younger generations tuning out as irrelevant, shows tanking in ratings. SKKN by Kim shuttered in June 2025 after a mere 3 years, with reports calling it a failure to compete or keep the buzz alive. The family's star dims as businesses try to take center stage, but fatigue hits them too. Sales slow, engagement fades. Kim's always been a queen of reinvention, flipping from a reality TV star to mogul to aspiring lawyer. But these rapid lane changes? They scream identity crisis, leaving everyone asking, "Who are you really?" Without showing real costs or sacrifices, it all feels like slick rebranding, not true growth. The fix, if she wants one, impose real limits, embrace quiet consistency, and center the causes over her selfies. Put others first for once. So is this her total downfall? Not a fiery crash, but a slow, agonizing dimming where the empire still stands, but the belief in it shatters into pieces. Jets, water wastes, that lawsuit, and endless changes. They've turned fans into outright foes, arming the haters with endless ammo. To reclaim any throne, she'd have to show the scenes, trade perfection for raw sincerity. Otherwise, the endless scroll wins, burying her relevance for good. What do you think? Can she bounce back, or is the hate here to stay? Share below.